don't make it the fucking be-all and end-all in your life. It's stupid.
For you, when you were writing on this album and not having very much sleep, and you looked up at the night sky, are there certain thoughts that came into your mind that you eventually didn't put on this album?
Oh, the things that I shouldn't say. I think I may have said them in earlier albums. Some of those things. For me, it was for whatever reason. I think there's a lot of what we've done in the past that is very beautiful. I think. And some of it's but also some of it's quite caustic, and it's kind of gently sharp aggressiveness in it. And I think for me, as somebody who writes, I don't like to think of myself as a writer. I think if you do start thinking about yourself like that, then you're in trouble.
Why?
But I felt starting to feeling a little bit hemmed in by the idea that I write these beautiful songs that have got this nastiness in them, like, you know, there's some I'm being deliberately nasty. I have written songs like that, but I think naturally in interviews with people who are in the press or on television or whatever, or in the radio, that there's a natural inclination amongst people to talk about those more than the gorgeous things. For us, we work in a small parameter of music. We're not massive musical adventurers. We work in this area, but we like to put as much scope in that area as we can. And some of that can be quite caustic, some of it can be quite beautiful. And those contrasts are what I think are key. You know, people saying it's about being performers, what we like on stage to perform live. I think in life that, you know, the beauty and the ugliness need to go together, because one shows you what the other one is. And we've always had that in our stuff. But it was being overemphasized, that the edge in our stuff. And for me, it got a bit much. I felt that I was going to be in a bit of a cul-de-sac, a dead end, as we're going to get known for this, and that was being overemphasized. And we talked about 2 years ago about just making something that is just beautiful for the hell of it, in a kind of fuck off way. You know, this is beautiful, you know, and that's why this is cohesive. I don't think there's any smart aleck lyrics on it. I didn't want that for a while. It began to be, everything was being intellectualized, and I really don't like that.
Why do you think that happened, that everybody...
Well, it's natural, I think, for the media too. It's not necessarily amongst an audience, but amongst the media, that it's easier to talk in conversation about a lyric that has got an edge to it than it is to talk about something that is lovely and makes you feel nice. It's a better subject, isn't it? So it got, over 10 years, it got overemphasized for me personally. I didn't like how it started to make me feel. So this is, you know, maybe a reactionary.
Do you think this album can bring a change in that whole response of the press?
Well, I'm not really concerned with what the press think. I mean, you know, it's more how you feel about yourself. I mean, you know, in my world, I place myself as the most important person in your own world, and I didn't like where I thought I want to write about all kinds of things or move into all kinds of ways. I don't know what the future's going to hold. I don't want to be pegged as something and then have to be constantly struggling against that. So this gets me off that hook. It's not the reason for doing it like this, but it's certainly I didn't want any edge in something. The older I get, the more I realise I don't know so much, like most people do, I think.
Does that bother you, that you don't know as much as you thought you?
No, I'm feeling tremendously at ease with it and find it a huge relief.
Yeah. Why was that such a relief for you?
Because I find it. I think there's too many contradictions in life, and life is a bit of a mystery. And I encourage the idea that our lives are mysteries, and that we should wonder a bit more, because our lives are full of stuff that's like, you know, well, you must do this, you must do that, you must achieve this, you must achieve that. You know, we must stand for this, we must stand for that. A lot of these songs are the Northern Skies. The first song is we shroud our lives in mysteries, brooding skies and stormy seas, if we have any sense. You know, if you've got your wits about you, you know, really don't get so worked up about a lot of this shit. It really isn't worth it. Mm-hmm. There's things that matter. I'm not saying the things that don't matter, but you know, there's a lot of stuff that really isn't important. It isn't important. It would be nice to be able to hire a motorboat. It would be nice, but don't make it the fucking be-all and end-all in your life. It's stupid.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
That fucked your weekend, doesn't it? Gotta hire him out about.
Yeah, and I'm going water skiing myself.